welcome to Pre-K Discovery, guys and girls. How are you all doing today? Today I have a special story for you, and I have some things that we're going to do. But first we're going to start with the calendar. So as you can see, this is still the month of June. Last week it was June. This week it's still June. Can you spell June with me today? J-U-N-E. So it's June, and it's still 2020. Let's see what day of the week today is. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today is Friday. And how does Miss Barb know that today is Friday? Because it says that today is Friday. Can you help me count the numbers to see what number we're on today? So let's start with the number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Today is June 12th, 2020. So that's what day it is today. So I have a special letter for you guys today. And my letter today is the letter H. And the letter H looks like this. You go down, down, and across. This is the letter H. And the letter H says, like in house or hat. And I got some pictures that I want to show you today of some H words. And it's going to lead into our story today. So the first word that I have that starts with the letter H is, let's see what Miss Barb has, heart. Do you guys know what this is? It's a heart. H-E-A-R-T, heart. And this is a red heart, like a Valentine's Day heart. Not the heart that you have here, but this is the heart you send to somebody when you care about them. So that's the H for heart. I have another word for you today, happy. H-A-P-P-Y, happy. And this is the happy emoji. He's looking pretty happy, isn't he? Like Miss Barb. See, we're both happy because I'm happy to be here with you. Let's see what I have next in my pile. Ooh, you're going to like this one. What is that? Horse. H-O-R-S-E. Horse. And this is a beautiful horse. Look at him. Have you ever rode a horse? I rode a horse twice in my life. 2 times. Once because my daughter was like, hey, let's go ride horses. And I was like, sure, that'll be great. It was all right. All right, so let's see what else I have. I have one more that we're going to talk about before. Oh, actually, I have more than that. This one, what is this? Is that a hat? H-A-T, hat. And sometimes I like to wear a hat when I have a bad hair day. Do you wear a hat? Or to keep the sun out of my eyes? So let's see what else I have. Oh, look at that. And you know what? Miss Barb hasn't had her lunch yet, and this hamburger is looking pretty tasty. H-A-M-B-U-R-G-E-R, hamburger. And what's on this hamburger? Lettuce, tomatoes, cheese. What do you like on your hamburger? I like cheese on my hamburger. All right, now we're down to the word that I really wanted to get to because this is going to help us talk about the story we're going to read today. So H is for hair. H-A-I-R, hair. H is for hair. And these are different hairstyles. Look at that. Everybody's hair looks different. Those are guys, and these are girls. So look at that. Girls have long hair. They have short hair. They've got bangs. They don't have bangs. How does your hair look? Do you have bangs? Do you not have bangs? Miss Barb is growing her hair out because she can't get it cut. I don't have a choice. So I'm going to read you a short story about hair. Because everybody has hair. Well, you know what? I take that back. Not everybody has hair. Some people had hair and they don't have hair. But that's okay. So this is our book and it's called Hair. It's also in Spanish too. But Miss Barb, unlike Miss Nichelle, does not speak Spanish. All about hair. This is my hair. My hair is on my head. Look at that. He's looking at his hair. Hair could be many colors. What color is your hair? What color is your hair? It says hair can be long or it can be short. Some hair is curly and some hair is not. Is your hair curly? Sometimes I get my hair cut. It doesn't hurt when we get our hair cut, does it? No. Hair care. I keep my hair neat and I use a brush and a comb. Miss Barb mostly uses a brush, not so much a comb. Sometimes I wear things in my hair. Look at that. She has her hair pulled up. It says I keep my hair clean and I wash it with shampoo and water. Look at that. You don't want to get in your eyes though, do you? No. It says I can have fun with my hair. So maybe when you guys get back to the library, we can have a crazy hair day. And you can look like her. And that is the end of our book about hair. So, let's see what else. I think we're going to go to our other story because it's the reason that Miss Barb wanted to talk about hair, because the next story is a very interesting story about hair. So let's move on to our next story, and you can hear about Rapunzel and her long hair. So today the story we're going to read is Rapunzel. There once was a couple who wished for a child but were unable to have one. They lived in a little house across from a lovely garden that was surrounded by a high wall. The garden was filled with gorgeous flowers and vegetables, but no one dared to enter it because it belonged to a fearsome witch. One day, the woman spied some radishes in the garden that were so red and plump that she wanted to eat them up. And because she could not go near them, the woman grew sad. "What's wrong, my dearest?" asked her husband. "I long for those fine radishes in the witch's garden," said the woman. "If I can't have some, I'll die." Her husband, who loved her very much, didn't hesitate for an instant. He climbed over the wall, pulled up a bunch of radishes, and presented them to his wife. The woman enjoyed the radishes so much that the next day she wanted more, so her husband once again climbed over the wall. But as he reached the top, he turned pale with fear, and right there stood the witch. "How dare you enter my garden and take my radishes?" exclaimed the witch. "Have pity on me," the man replied. "My wife has such a longing for them that without them she will die." "If it is so," said the witch, "you may take as many as you like. But there is one condition. You must give me your firstborn child." The man was taken by surprise, but since he and his wife were unable to have children, he agreed. After a long time, as though by magic, the couple discovered that they were going to have a child. When their baby girl was born, the witch took her away and named her Rapunzel. Rapunzel was the loveliest girl in the world, with hair as fine as golden thread. When she reached the age of 12, the witch, who wanted to keep her all to herself, shut her up in a tall tower in the middle of the woods. The tower had no door, no staircase, and only a window at the very top. When the witch wished to enter the tower, she called from below, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Then Rapunzel would uncoil her long golden braid and throw it down from the window so the witch could climb up. Several years passed, and Rapunzel grew into a charming young woman. One day the king's son was out riding in the woods and heard the sound so enchanting that he stopped to listen. It was Rapunzel singing in her tower. "I must meet this girl," the prince said to himself, but when he reached the tower he could find no door. He tried to climb the sheer wall, but he failed. Saddened, he returned to his palace. But Rapunzel's melodious voice had moved the prince so deeply that he returned to the woods every day to listen to her sing. Finally, one day he saw the witch come to the tower and call up to her, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." He saw Rapunzel's braid come tumbling down and watched the witch climb up and crawl through the window. The prince decided to try it himself, so the next day when he arrived at the tower, he called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And immediately the braid was let down and the prince climbed up and crawled through the window. At the sight of the prince, Rapunzel was frightened, but he said to her in a gentle, loving voice, "Your singing is so enchanting that from time to time I first heard it, I knew that I must meet you." Rapunzel smiled, and the prince, now madly in love, continued, "Please say you will marry me. I am the son of a king, and you will be my princess." Rapunzel placed her hand in the prince's and said, "I would happily marry you, but I'm unable to leave this tower. However, if each time you come to see me, I will bring me a long piece of silk thread, and I will weave the thread into a rope I can climb down." The prince agreed, and every evening he brought her a piece of silk thread. The witch knew nothing of this until one day when Rapunzel said without thinking, "Why are you so much slower than the prince? When I let down my hair for him, he is here by my side in an instant." "You shameless girl," exclaimed the witch in a fury. "I thought I had kept you apart from the rest of the world, but you have tricked me." In a blind rage, she snapped up a pair of scissors and snip, snip, cut off Rapunzel's golden braid. The witch banished Rapunzel to a desolate desert. That evening, when the prince arrived with the final strand of silk, he called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." When he climbed up the golden braid, instead of meeting his beloved, he found himself staring into the angry eyes of the witch. "Well, well," she said, "you wish to carry off your beloved, but you have lost her for good. You will never see Rapunzel again." Beside him with heartache, the prince threw himself from the tower, and he fell into a patch of brambles. The sharp thorns pierced his eyes, and blinded and despairing, he wandered the woods for many years, eating nothing but acorns and roots, and weeping for the loss of his Rapunzel. When one day the poor prince happened upon the desert where Rapunzel was living, he heard a woman singing to two young children, and the voice carried so familiar he stopped in his tracks. "Can that be you, Rapunzel?" he exclaimed, and Rapunzel threw herself into his arms, weeping inconsolably. As she cried, the two of Rapunzel's tears fell into the prince's eyes, and at once his sight was restored. He beheld his beloved and two sons that had been born to them, and he exclaimed, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, at long last our troubles are over." And the prince took his family to the father's palace, where they were received with the greatest of joy. And they lived happily ever after. You may wonder what happened to the witch. Upon hearing that Rapunzel and the prince had found such joy, the witch was so enraged that she exploded. After that, Rapunzel's true mother could eat as many of the red radishes from the witch's garden as her heart desired. The end. Okay, so that was the story of Rapunzel. Did you guys like that? I picked that story this week and the letter H because of Rapunzel's long hair. And I really hope you liked what happened to the witch. She needed to go. She was a bad person. So our shape for today is a rectangle. And you know why Miss Barb picked the rectangle? Because if you turn the rectangle like this, it makes me think of Rapunzel's tower because it was tall and skinny. So this is how we remember the rectangle. Two sides long and two sides short, two sides short, two sides short, two sides long and two sides short. It's a rectangle. So that was our shape for today. So you remember we did our calendar, we did our shape, and we did our letter, which was the letter H for hair. So let's do the goodbye song, and we will end our program for today. So goodbye, goodbye, see you soon, but not until we sing this tune. We must part and we must go, but I'll be back to say hello. So I will see you guys next week. So see you later, alligator, and after a while, crocodile. Have a good one.